Drew and Ben rising stars.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Reaction to that, and
it's great.
What was their reaction?
Really, really happy. The team gave these guys a shout out today as we began practice, and we had both of them make a little speech, and they were great. They're both thank their teammates, and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool. I think everybody knew Ben was going to be on it. We hoped that Andrew would be too. I mean, the guys started a whole bunch of games, and so it's well deserved. Both those guys.
Andrew is the only second-round pick on either team. What does that kind of say about what he's been for you guys at the start of his career?
Well, it shows that it was a great job by Kevin and Chad with the drafting process, and then Andrew came in and he had an okay summer, but it wasn't anything that you would have predicted this. So he went home, he made adjustments, he worked to get better. He came back in training camp, he had a really solid training camp, and then when he got his opportunity to play, which wasn't until the second or third game, he was solid, and defense is what got him on the floor.
It's funny to think, I think back to his draft workout. Remember, he was one of those that was like canceled because of a flight that was like delayed in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Makes you think like the what if you never are able to get him in here. That might.
Did we eventually get him
Eventually, yes.
Yeah.
But I think he was supposed to be part of the first workout after Chicago.
Yeah, but Andrew Nembhard was a guy that Kevin had been talking about all year last year as a guy that he liked. And then, he played one of the 2 days in Chicago at the pre-draft camp and played well. And, and then it was just a matter of getting lucky and having him be there at 31. Because I think Oklahoma was at 32. And I think Sam Presti told me that they were going to take him at 32 if we hadn't taken him at 31. So a lot of things fell into place, but two young guys that are having an impact on our team, that have both worked extremely hard and both reflect the culture that we're building here.
The way it lines up, obviously, LeBron's not going to be breaking the record here, but we talked before about just what he's meant, what he's accomplished. Obviously, for him in the same week or so, probably break the scoring record, get in the top 4 assists.
It's hard to put into words what he's accomplished. It's been staggering, breaking Kareem's record is something that 10 years ago people would have said it's just an impossibility. And so now, and who knows how long LeBron's going to continue to play. I mean, watching him play last night in the New York game. I mean, the guy is playing at an MVP level. How old is he? At age 38. I mean, come on, man. It's just beyond description, And he's meant so much to the game in so many other ways that there'll only be one LeBron James. I'm certain of that.
Tyrese and Daniel able to be full participants again today in practice?
They did, yeah. So I don't know what that's going to mean for tomorrow, for minutes and stuff, and we'll have to see in the morning if everybody's doing okay. I do expect Tyrese to play. Daniel, this is 2 days of full practice, and I know he was a little sore last night and this morning, just body soreness from this. But hopefully this day he feels fine tomorrow, and if he does, there's a chance that he could play. It's not definite, but there's a chance he could play.
Drew, first and foremost, rising star. What does that mean to you to be invited to this event?
It's a great honor just to be like recognized as one of the young guys in the league that's doing well right now. But I just got talking to someone yesterday, just like it's a cool recognition, but it's something that I want to do. I want to do so much more in my career, further than that.
Only second round pick on either team there. Does that mean anything to you to prove to be better than where you were selected?
For sure. I know not a lot of second round picks get that opportunity, and I've gotten a lot of opportunity here to just show what I can do. So I give all credit to the Pacers for just allowing me to kind of show my game.
Tyrese and Chris were involved in it last year. Did you ask them at all yet about that experience?
I haven't asked them, but I've heard from some people like just good experience, fun weekend celebration kind of type of thing.
Did you have vacation plans already scheduled?
Nah, I didn't.
Okay. A lot of guys sometimes do.
I was just chilling.
Going with Ben, will that make it any more meaningful or fun for you?
That'll be fun just to hang with my guy. We're real close, experience that together. Real fun game. It's not competitive or nothing, so we'll have a good time.
What's Tyrese looked like out here? We've seen him shoot, but when you guys are scrimmaging, does he look like his old self? No hesitations?
Definitely. Looks right back to normal. I think the rest for anybody, mentally and physically, is good for the game, so I expect him to come back right where he left off.
How about for you guys in general, having these 3 days between games after what the slog and kind of the things have been the last couple of weeks? What could that do for you guys here in these final games?
Yeah, maybe I think it's just like a time for us to maybe refocus, reset, especially with Ty coming back soon. We want to kind of flip the season around a little bit and kind of get back into that playoff picture and see what we can do for the rest of the season.
Do you feel like you learned anything about this team or the best way to play now that you're playing the one a lot more? I know you might switch back roles with Ty coming back, but anything that can help you going forward from that experience?
For sure, just the reps on ball, coming off ball screens, getting more experience in those reads and having to shoulder a little bit more of a kind of role has been great for me. And I think it'll be good going forward whether I'm playing on or off.
You obviously weren't happy with the results, but what do you guys think you learned as a team in terms of how you function with outside of space? Where do you guys need to get better?
I think we just learned that we got to stick to what we do and be very, very detail-oriented in terms of our approach on both sides of the court. We got to stick to it and be efficient with it. We can't take plays off, can't take nights off. So we got to be a hard-working, hard-playing team.
What were your experiences, your takeaways from guarding LeBron in round one in LA?
Super physical. Obviously, he has a huge body frame. Not really too many takeaways, honestly. I haven't watched that game in a little while, so don't really know too well. We're gonna lock in on the film a little bit more, but it's gonna be a team effort to stop a guy like him. He's been scoring. I think he's been playing better since that game, scoring a lot of 30, 40-point games. So it's gonna be a team effort to stop him and pull him down.
I know your expectations were high coming into the season, but could you have imagined yourself guarding LeBron, especially the position you play right away in year one?
I expected myself to guard good players. LeBron is obviously one of the toughest ones. I didn't necessarily know I was going to guard him, but I didn't really come with no expectations. Just came to hoop and let the chips fall where they fall.
Is your mindset different at all if it's a player like Steph versus LeBron, the physicality versus the quickness? They're very different players, but you guarded them both.
For sure. A guy like Steph, you got to just chase, get your hands off. He's trying to draw fouls. He's running around a lot. You just have to stay super engaged on and off the ball, especially off the ball against him. LeBron's going to probably have it more in his hands. It's a lot stronger. Uses physicality, body angles, transition, get downhill to the rack. So definitely two different players. Every player is a different game plan, So just got to lock in on Brown.
What's more special in the moment? Was it hitting a game winner or a week later not missing basically against Golden State? Both were wins, so how do you compare those?
Man, the game winner was cool. Just good experience, good team win. Kind of came out of nowhere, but obviously it feels good to get 30 and win the game, especially against Steph. Felt really good that game. I wouldn't even know which one's better. They 1A, 1B, to be honest.
Obviously, the way it lines up now, LeBron's not going to be breaking the Reeves record here, but sometime probably in the next week, he just moved into the top 4 of the 6. Do you consider a guy having a career like that?
Yeah, no, it's remarkable. After just playing this 40, 50 games I've already played, I just see how tough a season is and how long it is. And for him to keep his body in shape and just be at such a high level and be so efficient and for all those years is honestly incredible and underrated for people that don't really realize how tough that is. He's the GOAT, so that's what he does.
What does 52 games feel like after the first year here? Does it feel like 2 seasons?
Yeah, it feels long. It's just every other day. You go through stretches where you're playing probably every other day for a couple months straight, and you don't get that feel in college. You don't get that consistency where you have to lock in, scout report, next day scout report. You kind of have like 2 scouts a week. You got time to relax, off days, so definitely a different mental focus to kind of stay locked in throughout the year.
Tyler's always been, the vocal guy even when he's on the side. But it's definitely just a different feeling, different presence having him on the court with us. And, we definitely feel like we're trending the right way back to our old selves.
With the defensive focus Rick was talking about yesterday, what do you feel like between team defense, individual defense, you guys need to kind of improve the most to get over this funk?
Really just trusting each other, man. I mean, I feel like once teams start losing, everyone tries to focus on, kind of doing more or trying to save the day. But I feel like when we get back to our principles and, kind of do what got us to our positions that we were in before, we'll be perfectly fine.
Is that difficult to kind of mentally, I have to do a role instead of be the hero when you've lost 10 out of 11?
Oh, for sure. Everyone wants to be in there, and it's all good intentions. Guys from the starters to guys coming off the bench, everyone wants to help in the right way. But now that we're getting back to fully being healthy, we definitely have a different vibe going to these games.
I think Rick's talked a lot about, he's used the word force and presence. Obviously, that's been big for you guys all year. How does that have to be better? What are some things that you're not seeing there that you need to see more?
Starting games, man, we just got to come out with that force and presence. Attacking people instead of responding to when we are attacked, and that's all just a mindset. Going in, and I feel like we made a step in the right direction against Memphis. We dropped off a little bit in the second half, but if we could just use that, throughout the full game, we'll be perfectly fine.
To what you were talking about earlier, does that kind of go back what I think Lloyd was talking about, is dominate the simple in terms of what you're trying to do and probably what the team's trying to do?
For sure. That'll take us a long way. And it's easy, but again, out there it's hard because you want to, like we were talking about, you want to try to do more to just help the team out. But if we keep it simple and we do everything hard, we'll be perfectly fine.
Where do you feel like you're at in this season right now and the last month or so performances?
I feel like I'm doing a good job of just, being the guy out there to just do what we need, whether it's rebound, defend, slash, cut, just be available for my guys. Still getting better every day, still working, still learning every day. And, just really trying to get wins, honestly.
Obviously, LeBron's going to be coming in here tomorrow. He's not going to be on pace to break the record tomorrow, but sometime in the next couple of weeks or so.
81 points. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm playing.
True. Already, also cracked 4th in assists all time this week. And when you, just as a young player, when you see what he's done, how impressive is that when you really consider the whole of it?
Yeah, it's crazy. Every time you go up against him, you see him, working on the other side, or you step on the floor with him. It's a different feeling. I've grown up obviously watching him and idolizing him as a player, and as a person off the court. But to see what he's done on the court and the longevity of it, the consistency it's amazing. There'll never be anyone like him, but I feel like he's a good person to follow, and the way he works on the court, and his love for the game and his passion, and that's exactly why he's at the point he's at right now. And when he does get that number 1 spot, he's going to blow that out of the water, and it might be a very, very long time till someone else reaches that, for sure.
How big of a LeBron fan were you growing up?
Big, huge fan. Everyone knows, mainly I was a Paul George fan, but seeing them go head to head was always amazing for me. Watching them go at it every series, every game. Indiana played, Miami or Cleveland or whatever it was. It was amazing to see.
We joked with TJ about this yesterday. How many seasons would it take for you to score 38,000 points?
Oh boy, man! How many seasons LeBron? 20?
Yeah, over half his life. Yeah.
I would need about 35, 30.
You know Daniel better than anyone here from the last 2 years. To see him in practice, what does that mean for this team, and where do you feel like he can help you guys the most?
I mean, just his presence, his veteran mindset. He's a thinker, so he knows the game, and he can help us. Some of the young guys that we have just play smarter, play wiser, and I think that's going to be the biggest thing that he brings to the game.
Was it helpful for you to have a familiar face like that, transitioning from one team to another all year?
Yeah, especially a guy like Tice. Like Tice is the best. He's always cracking jokes. He's always around. So. He's the best. Yeah, he's always good to have around.
What just all told, what do you feel like you guys learned from the time Tyrese was out?
Hard play is gonna get it done. We had a tough stretch while he's been gone, so it's just being able to integrate him back in playing, and it's great to have that hand back.
What LeBron's obviously coming in. He's not going to break the record here, but it's coming obviously soon. And it's obviously about the fourth and sixth. As a young player, and now somebody's got to play him a little bit. When you consider just the totality of those accomplishments.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's really crazy. I see it all over social media, just how close he's getting. To be, just under 90 points away. For him, it's it's a couple games. So super exciting. It's cool to see, and watch from afar. So, yeah.
Don't want to see it here.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen here. No shot.
Really?
Yeah.
But, just how much of a LeBron fan were you growing up?
I actually have never been really the biggest LeBron fan. I was always a Miami Heat fan, so I did watch him a lot during his Miami Heat days. But it was because I was a Dwayne Wade fan. So. Yeah.
What's the general push for the team right now? Final 8 games here before All-Star break. Is it kind of finding your way again?
Yeah. Get our rhythm back. We got 30 games left. It's crunch time. It's time we got to buckle down and win. It's no more time for bad habits or anything. So we really got to lock in and push forward to make a run in the playoffs.
It starts defensively, but is there a simple way to jumpstart it? I guess offense, you kind of need to see shots go down. But defensively, how do you build a momentum?
No, like I say, I think it's habits and making sure that we hammer in all our habits and things that we don't do well as a team, and make sure that we get those nailed in and execute them for games.